The war in Ukraine has upended energy markets. In particular, demand for liquefied natural gas has surged as Europe seeks alternatives to Russian imports. Data provided to Deutsche Welle by the analytics group Independent Commodity Intelligence Services shows just how much. Now, between January and September, demand for gas jumped by 157% in Belgium compared to the same period last year, by 109% in the Netherlands, and by 88% in France. But while European countries help drive up LNG prices, many emerging economies can't afford the fuel anymore. Demand tumbled 19% in Pakistan, 17% in India, and 10% in Bangladesh, where energy shortages are now becoming more common. Now, last week, Bangladesh suffered its worst blackouts in nearly a decade, with 100 million people without power. Meanwhile, the country continues to apply load sharing or selective blackouts to the network. Mohammed Tamim is at Bangladesh University for Engineering and Technology. I asked him how bad the situation actually was.
Oh, it's very bad, I must say. We are going through 4 or 5 hours of load shedding, that is rolling blackout almost. It spread all over the day and night also. Late night, midnight also we are having these power cuts. And it's been really bad for last 15, 20 days. It's getting worse, actually.
What does that mean for businesses? That's hard for households, but obviously, but what about businesses for production, things like that? Are they so designed that they can still continue production, or is it disruptive?
No, it is disruptive, very disruptive, especially our main export-oriented business, which is garments and spinning and textiles. All these machineries, they have their own power, but there are a lot of industries which depends on our grid power, because our industry, a large portion, produce their own power from gas, and there is a shortage of gas as well to the industries. So their own production is also being hampered, and also the grid electricity is also, obviously, right now we are going through really bad load shedding right now.
Are there
alternatives? So it is hampering the production.
I'm sorry, I wanted to ask, are there alternatives to gas in this system? Is there an opportunity to move to other fuels?
No, not so quickly. We can produce electricity. We have some capacity to produce electricity from oil. We have lots of high sulfur fuel oil, that means furnace oil based power plants. That capacity is about 6,000 megawatt. And there is also shortage of fuel supply because the cost of oil has also gone up. And our total electricity capacity, produced electricity, is mostly gas-based, which is about 11,000 megawatt, and we have only 5,000 megawatt being produced from gas because of shortage of gas. So alternatives oil, that is also, there is a crunch in supplying of that oil.
All right, we'll leave it there.
And we have a coal-based power plant, which is now producing a total of about 1,200 megawatt, and we are importing about another 1,200 from India. So these are the sources, but not adequate to supply. We are short by 4,000 megawatt right now.
All right, and we'll have to leave it there. Mohammed Tamim at Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology. Thank you.
Thanks.
Europe may be spending big to get its hands on that coveted LNG, but passing along those extra costs remains a massive problem. For some of Germany's gas-intensive industries, an all-out crisis is unfolding.
It's become quieter at ArcelorMittal's massive steelworks in Hamburg's harbor. Rapidly soaring energy prices are already hurting production. Smoke no longer billows out of one of the 2 chimneys at the plant. Since early October, 530 workers at the plant have been placed on reduced hours. CEO Uwe Braun is worried that the ongoing energy crisis might force the company to make radical decisions. It's not just about this plant right here. Generally, we have to create an environment that enables us to keep operating plants like this in Europe. If these conditions do not materialize, the company will consider relocating the energy-intensive parts of the production elsewhere. The rapid hike in energy prices due to Russia's war in Ukraine led to a 7-fold increase in the company's gas bills. And gas plays a crucial role in the iron ore reduction process. Business as usual is now cost prohibitive. The outlook is bleak. Considering the energy prices we anticipate, it is questionable whether the plant will be able to operate next year. The energy crisis has already dealt a harsh blow to Germany's economy, and it's threatening the country's backbone, industrial production.